What's the difference between lust and love? We get them confused. What are your turn-ons? What are your turn-offs? Do you know what really gets you hot under the collar, baby? Are you always dating the person that frankly sucks in bed? Are you and your mate not mating anymore? Do you even know what turns you on? I have that answer. With a date of birth, I can tell you anything. We call it Secrets of Birthdays, the Love and Lust Report. Find out your birthday secrets today, available online at secretsofbirthdays.com.
Soul Garden.
Namaste and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Edition. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Rayman Witecki, your astrologer and soul biographer, here to help you put the pieces of your karmic story together. And I have a really happy announcement this week, introducing Zen Shoemaker. She's got her own show called Dear Zen that airs on SG YouTube on Thursdays and on the Mothership. You can write her for practical advice at dearzen@soulgarden.tv. She's funny, she's wise, and she's a psychic coach. You can also be on her show if you want on Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern, but check her out at the Mothership and check her out at soulmart.me. We love Zen. She's fabulous. Now, moving into the sun, we're wrapping up the sun in Libra. We're going to go from step 27 to step 29 this week, and then we dive fast into Scorpio with our first breakdown by Sunday. It's going to affect emotional relationships and boundaries, and we have a quantum shift coming on November 3rd. More on that later. The moon begins this week in stable Taurus, then shifts into jumpy Gemini, and then it has a little turbulence as it moves into Cancer because we hop over Black Lilith and Jupiter, but we do end the week in lovely Leo. The moon signs most affected are Taurus moons, Gemini moons, Cancer moons, and Leo moons, and the moons that might go into the dark side are Scorpios, Sag moons, Capricorns, and Aquarius moons. Now, looking at our orbits, man. The moon was in the root chakra, remember, in Aries for that big full moon, and this week it moves through the solar plexus all the way up to the heart. So a lot of digestion issues for a lot of people on Earth. The other planet I want to point out is the Earth itself, which is in the root chakra. Now the Earth is what we are manifesting now. So we've been manifesting a new ego as the sun's been in Libra. But as the sun moves into Scorpio, we'll be manifesting manifestation. That's because the Earth will move to its home chakra, the orange chakra, and that means manifestation will be at a pure point. So the point is we actually manifest more when the sun's in Scorpio than we do when the sun is in Taurus for that reason. Now looking at the planets, the aspect that most affects us, I think, is this opposition. This is literally ego versus God, and it's an intense transit this week. This might be kind of looked at as the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other. Literally, we are tug and pull between the needs of our ego, which is where we're most disconnected, and Neptune, which is where we can be most disconnected or connected. Neptune's just like a modem that logs into anything. So in your horoscopes, I'll be talking about how that opposition affects you. Plus, this square between Pluto and Uranus has reached a massive head. Both planets are at 9 degrees. 9 is an aggressive degree. After all, it's trying to get to 10, right? And this is a fear coming up in your life, probably a long-running fear, and I'll be talking about this fear as well upstairs in your horoscope. And getting a closer look at some planets. Like I said, the moon this week, when it zips through jumpy Gemini, then moves into Cancer and will, boom, bounce off of Black Lilith and Jupiter. That's going to be an emotional kind of moment, if you say, and we'll talk about that on your horoscope as well. So let's get right to it. Let's take the ascension elevator up. Let's go to the 33rd floor at 33,000 feet and get a bird's eye view of you.
Folks, this is your captain speaking. We realize you have a choice in the astrologers you choose to fly with, and we'd just like to thank you for flying with Christopher Witecki.
Hello, producers and Taurus risings, and welcome to 33,000 feet for a bird's eye view of you in the pasture. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. I think things are finally changing. We are stepping into a new lifestyle, one that we actually frankly worked on when Saturn was in Libra about 2.5 years ago, and that was tough, man. I saw the hospital 3 times in that Saturn in Libra transit. And now Saturn's been in Scorpio for a full year, and that means a mirage, changing the relationship to yourself. Well, the sun will graduate this week, stepping into that lifestyle, and then you will begin to look at your mirage under a microscope at the end of the week. And this will be basically a graduation of the year of the sun, of Saturn in Scorpio. Graduating as in, stepping onto the new plateau of a new mirage, and probably finally at the end, renewing those vows to yourself, or creating new vows, new mirage vows, as I say. You might want to watch Practical Wizardry, one of my shows I do on the side. It talks about, in the last Sun in Libra, about mirages and marriages, and it's a good workshop for you. Now, the opposition I talked about in the open between Neptune and Mars for you is that Mars is moving into Virgo, so Tauruses are going to have their inner child light up, be very impatient, get extremely excited. This is also a transit you worked on a long time for Saturn in Virgo, to reclaim your heart and bring that inner prince or princess to the front. So you're feeling that now, and feeling it big time. On the other side of that is, what do my friends think? What does society think? And in all that case, you want to be self-compassionate to yourself, and just treat yourself like you under your own grace. And you're a very graceful spirit all the time anyways, so this is where you want to be graceful to yourself for once, and no matter what they say, or no matter what people are shifting. Remember that everyone on the planet is changing dramatically right now, so you are one of them who happens to be sensitive in society at the time that society is changing. So try not to take it personally. With Mars in the house of inner child, you will be quick to take things personally. Your inner child will want to take things personally. And of course, your mirage is also part of that. The other thing that is worth noting is that square I talked about in the open, where that is fear of the unknown. Uranus and Aries pushing for Tauruses to innovate their inner faith. I think that the hardest part of that was the full moon, where your inner faith had to be there in the last 5 days. But now, fears of the unknown, not knowing what is in the future, uncertain of, for once, Taurus is not having a plan. Taurus is most often following a plan and moving down the new plan, and now kind of up in the air, at least for me, as far as the big time future. I think we've been beaten down enough to just kind of accept a joyful lifestyle. It's like, if I enjoy the life, then that's okay, that's enough. So we've kind of humbled, I think. So as we move into the beginning of this week, you are putting the final cherry on lifestyle. You're going to launch your new lifestyle. This is also a work style. Taurus, work is life, so it's everything. So it's probably some career stuff going on too. The sun is going to move from step 27 to step 29. So that means you're going to take action. You'll be tested on your lifestyle on Tuesday. We move into Scorpio on Wednesday. That's the mirage. This is also your anti-birthday. The sun is opposite your birthday, so you've gone 6 months since your birthday now. And you're going to have a mirage breakdown by the end of the week. That breakdown might be a breakthrough right away. It might be a bit of a breakdown, depending on how much of reality you have been absorbing in the last year. Now, in the state of Scorpio, which is where the sun is heading, you can see there at the bottom, Saturn says quantum breakdowns with partnerships. So as you change the lifestyle and step into a new mirage, you're going to lose a lot of relationships on the earth at this time. This is just the nature of what Saturn does. It cuts. So, you've probably seen the ones going for some time. This is the final absolution of that. People are picking teams. Mercury retrogrades on Monday. That means that after these breakdowns and changes in relationships, we all go into an introverted, pensive reconsideration of everything. And that is just something the universe always does. It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. The 1 step back is Mercury retrograde. Now, looking at the state of Cancer, this is the state of your mind for Tauruses and Taurus risings. You're now stepping into Master Shui. For Tauruses like myself, who try to be messengers, this is us stepping into the passion of the message, the attitude and the tone of the message. This is true for all Taurus and Taurus risings, though, as far as your tone and your speech. Now, Black Lilith at step 14 says it's time to love and trust that the karma is over, that the mind games are over, anything you've had with intellect and thinking and problems with thinking and mind games. Also, I've had some interesting talk with some other Tauruses about accepting the fact that we have psychic ability during this time. So that's been one of the things too. The mind is accepting new realities, and it gets kind of passionate this week. Now, looking at the long-term planets, again, Jupiter is at 20, we're passionate. Saturn's at 12. It's uncharted territory in the mirage. You have never been here with yourself before. Mercury retrogrades on Monday in that space. Uranus, like I said, you are innovating your inner faith. That continues. Be self-compassionate to yourself when it comes to your friends and who you are in society, says Neptune. And Pluto says, we're in uncharted beliefs. Move forward. Only thing you know is what you don't believe. Otherwise, it's unknown. All right, I know nothing is really what it comes down to. And if we're changing the world, we do know nothing. We haven't done it yet, so it's going to be interesting. Now, moving on Sunday, excuse me, I've been in this chair a long time. Some moo talk. A lot of people respond to my moo talk. Good, because I'm a moo guy. Now on Sunday, the moon is in Taurus. It's sunny and cool starting off the week and for most of Monday, so you can get a lot of business done. This is a time to take action, launch a new lifestyle, launch a new way of living, in the moment, see if it works. All right. On Monday, moon in Taurus still, but Mercury now retrogrades. Things turn inside out. You want to turn your term papers in probably by noon on Monday, because I'm not quite sure. Mercury is technically, I think, retrograde from midnight on, but the moon's in Taurus, we can still sneak it in. On Tuesday, there are some clouds there and chance of rain, emotional breakdowns. When it comes to being very much tested, the moon moves into Gemini, making Taurus's question security over money. So there's a money security issue on Tuesday, but I think it's phantom. I think it's all about maintaining the lifestyle, maintaining the course. And for those watched over by the guardian agency, I will, of course, be by your side on Tuesday, reminding you in your emails and on your text. And Wednesday, we go down the rabbit hole of 0 degrees. 0 means 0. It's a no man's land between two states of awareness. In your case, your lifestyle might be going into a weird funk on that time, and you might feel kind of in and out of reality, in and out of time. That's 0 degrees. You are officially beginning the transit when it comes to your mirage. And so the mirage transit begins on Wednesday, and so you become very sensitive to how other people treat you when you're in a mirage transit. I'll say it again. You become very sensitive to how other people treat you in a mirage transit. That was probably for myself. So from Wednesday to Thursday, you're going to be oversensitive there. But the moon moves into Cancer, and so emotions get kind of triggered in the Black Lilith and Jupiter area of thoughts, attitude, communication, miscommunication. And so as you are examining your mirage, you are also examining your state of mind. And your state of mind and mirage, there's a couple things right there. You'll probably put 2 and 2 together, where a state of mind can lead to a bad mirage. On Friday, chance of showers. So what you're trying to do on Thursday and Friday is really see if is there love present in your mirage. Do you love yourself? Do your actions say you love yourself? Are you there for yourself? How do you respond to yourself? These are all the big mirage questions. And really in the last year, that's the profound change that Taurus and Taurus risings should be witnessing, is that you are a different person to you now, to yourself. And therefore, people are starting to say, hey, you're kind of different to the world. As a result, your ascendant or rising begins to change. So on Friday, there could be a breakdown. There could be a breakdown in communication. This could be a day where you end up losing a friendship or one of those relationships like I talked about, because emotions kind of trigger and lubricate the situation. The moon is going to conjunct Jupiter at the end of the transit of Cancer there into Friday, Saturday morning. So Friday night is a very passionate night. I would be careful. On Saturday, Jupiter rules the day and the sun comes back out to play. That's good. Your mind will be very open. This is a good day for going mirage shopping for your wing. I always say get a wedding ring for yourself and show the world that you are committed to yourself. It's what we do when I practice light. But I believe in being in the inner child, and it always makes, it's always a great excuse because girls think you're married, and then it's like, no, I'm not. And then they're like, oh, it's a mirage ring. So anyways, the moon moves out of Cancer and into Leo on Saturday, and so emotions move into self-nurturing and wanting to nest and rest and be back in the castle. Now, let me give you a sneak peek at next week. What happens is on Sunday, we have a breakdown right away, so enjoy that day Saturday. On Sunday, there might be some sort of a slip-up. Maybe you got the wrong diamond on your mirage ring. I don't know. It's not good when it comes down to money for Tauruses. But Sunday, be advised. So Saturday, just just take it easy. But I have to say that to you, not your sign. Aries, I'd have to say it to. Looking at next week, it is going to be kind of cloudy and rainy for the first half of the week. But by Friday following, that's when things will pick up. So we are loving this whole new prayer shoot thing. Thank you for all the comments. We're going to prayer shoot down now. And we have some nice calm elevator music and some specials, a Mercury retrograde special for you. I'll see you down at the bottom for your Serious Joy Toy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Please put on your prayer chute and prepare for jump.
The
It's Mercury Retrograde. That means it's time for our Soulmart.me Mercury Retrograde sale. Like a 1-hour reading with Christopher Witecki, normally $159, Retrograde's back to $95.10. Or try a 15-minute psychic look reading with Zen Shoemaker. She retrogrades down to $45 for a 15-minute reading. Or try the Act 3 Orbits Report. And the Jupiter Gets Emotional retrogrades the same to 1111. At Soulmart.me, mind, body, and soul improvement. Hello, Bull. I see you made it down safely. Welcome to Witecki Theater, my little environment for teaching. And this is where we do our Serious Joy Toy. And the Serious Joy Toy is an intellectual toy you can play with, something in your mind, something to kind of make believe with in your world that will keep you going up and through the whole end of the transit. So we've been working on making reality work for you. Remember, I said start delegating and trying to find delegation. By the way, I found a bunch of people to help me with my jobs and my work this last couple of weeks. So I've actually found delegation and I love it. And they're helping me and I'm helping them. Well, this week we take it to the extreme and I want you to start your risky business. And I hate to say it, this is the second Tom Cruise reference I've had in the horoscopes this week, but it really does kind of, I don't know, maybe it's my 80s, I don't know. But basically, when it comes to running a new life, you just want to get in your underwear and you want to run it this week, all right? And I'm not saying to open up a concubine store, but I am saying that you just want to run around in your life, so to speak, in your underwear doing your thing. All right. Now, I do want to point out that it is a risky business because you're going to find at the end of the week, wherever it is you have not locked the door, forgotten to protect the crystal egg, somewhere you forgot something. And that's the breakdown. So definitely plow through, launch that new lifestyle, launch a risky business, put on the music, and but be careful. You might slip on those hardwood floors and break mama's crystal egg. Sorry, we had to go there. Some people appreciate it. All right, that's all I have for the week. I love you so much. I'll see you in 7 days. Until next week, live, love, be. The gift, right? So it's like, even if it's something ugly, it's like, oh, thank you. Thanks. We did all the pictures for them. It's on their Facebook in 30 seconds. People are already posting and responding to you on your hip. Oh, shit!